Commander Zekval stared at the ancient data crystal, its surface pulsing with the urgent red of a Priority 1 Elder warning. The message was 3,000 years old, discovered in the ruins of the precursor vault just 6 hours ago. 6 hours too late. Do not engage with the third planet of System Sol, G2V. Do not make contact. Do not observe. Do not even acknowledge its existence. This is not a suggestion. This is survival. The bridge of the Dominion flagship Inevitable Victory was eerily quiet. Through the view screen, Earth hung like a blue jewel against the void, looking deceptively peaceful. The invasion fleet, 200 of the Zarathi Dominion's finest warships, maintained position at the edge of the system, waiting for orders that Zekval no longer wanted to give. "Sir," his tactical officer whispered, "should we recall the ambassador?" Too late. The diplomatic shuttle had entered Earth's atmosphere 43 minutes ago. The Elder's warning continued to scroll across Zekval's personal display, each line more disturbing than the last. They call themselves human. They appear weak, bipedal, no natural weapons, fragile compared to most sapients. This is deception at a fundamental level. They are persistence predators who evolved on a death world that actively tried to kill them. They won. Lieutenant Mortak scoffed. "Commander, surely these are the paranoid ramblings of a declining civilization. The Elders feared everything in their final centuries." Zekval wanted to agree. The Zarathi Dominion had conquered 47 systems. They had never met a species they couldn't subjugate or destroy. Earth's preliminary scans showed a Type 1 civilization, barely spacefaring, still dependent on chemical rockets and nuclear fission. How dangerous could they be? The warning continued. They bond with anything. Their combat units include domesticated predators they call dogs. They have formed emotional attachments to cleaning robots. They will pack bond with their enemies given sufficient time. Do not give them time. "Sir," the communications officer interrupted, "we're receiving a transmission from Earth." On the screen, a human appeared. Middle-aged, wearing a simple suit, smiling pleasantly. "Greetings, Zarathi Dominion. I'm Secretary General Jennifer Chin of the United Earth Coalition. We're delighted to make first contact with your species." She was smiling. Why was she smiling? They had arrived with an invasion fleet. "Your ambassador is currently enjoying tea with our diplomatic corps in Geneva. Earl Grey, I believe he requested? We're fascinated by your universal translator technology. We've already figured out how it works, quantum entanglement across linguistic matrices, brilliant. We're implementing improvements as we speak." The bridge crew exchanged nervous glances. They'd had universal translators for 800 years. Humans had seen one for less than an hour. The Elder warning blazed on. "They reverse-engineer technology at a rate that defies comprehension. They will take your greatest advantages and improve upon them before you realize what has happened. They call this human ingenuity. We call it terrifying." Secretary General Zekval transmitted, trying to project strength. "You seem remarkably calm for a species facing invasion." Chen's smile widened. "Oh, Commander, you're not invading. You're interviewing." "Interviewing?" "For the position of newest friends of humanity. The benefits package is excellent: mutual defense treaties, trade agreements, cultural exchange programs. We have movie nights on Fridays. And if we choose invasion instead?" The human's expression didn't change, but something in her eyes shifted. The temperature on the bridge seemed to drop. "Well, that would be unfortunate. Are you familiar with our history, Commander? We've fought wars over spices. We've fought wars over water. We've fought wars over which interpretation of the same book was correct. We once had a war that lasted 335 years over a bucket." She leaned forward slightly. "And in every single one, we got very, very creative. Did you know we invented the Geneva Conventions not to protect our enemies, but to protect them from what we're capable of when we stop holding back?" The final line of the Elder warning burned across Zekval's screen. "They forgive, but do not forget. They prefer peace, but excel at war. They will welcome you as family or end you as a threat. There is no middle ground. Choose wisely." "Commander," Chin continued, "your ambassador is currently teaching our children Zarathi chess. They're teaching him something called Texas Hold'em in return. I believe he's already lost his ceremonial sash in a particularly intense hand. Would you like to join us for dinner? We're having pizza. It's a human dish involving bread, cheese, and endless arguments about toppings." Zekval looked at his tactical display. 200 warships versus one small blue planet. The math was simple. The Elder warning suggested the outcome was anything but. "Stand down all weapons," he ordered quietly. "Prepare a diplomatic delegation." "Sir." Mortak questioned. The elders were right, Zekvel said. The warning came too late. We've already engaged with Earth. He paused. Let's hope they're in a forgiving mood. On the screen, Secretary General Chen's smile became genuine. Excellent choice, Commander. Welcome to the neighborhood. Fair warning though, game night gets competitive. As the Zarathi fleet powered down their weapons, Zekvel couldn't shake the feeling that they just avoided a catastrophe beyond imagination. Or perhaps he thought as his crew began excitedly discussing cultural exchange possibilities, they'd avoided missing out on something extraordinary. Either way, the elders were right about one thing: there was no middle ground with humans. The invasion fleet was already arguing about pizza toppings by the time they reached Earth orbit.